We're melting glass. There's three main elements of the glass. We have the silicon dioxide, which most people think of as sand. We have the flux, and we have the stabilizer. Most of the blowing glasses that we're going to come into contact with are about 70% sand. For a flux in our blowing glass, we use soda. Soda is short for soda ash. A flux is a chemical additive to lower the melting temperature of the sand. Sand melts at around 3,200 degrees all by itself, but when we add the soda, we can lower the melting temperature down to around 2350, which is where we fine out our glass. In soda lime glass, we use sodium carbonate as our flux. Historically, it was extracted from the ashes of different plants that grow in salt-rich soils. So, when we're using soda as a flux, the glass becomes soluble in water. In order to make sure that the glass doesn't dissolve in water once it's cool, we have to add a stabilizer. So the stabilizer neutralizes the acid, and the stabilizer that we use in our glass is lime. That's why it's called a soda lime glass. We use sand, soda ash, and lime. Lime is an oxide of calcium. It's a derivative of limestone or chalk, basically. Cake is mostly sugar and flour and eggs, but it's the little extras that make it taste really good, right? So all those little extras are what those little chemicals are. A fining agent is also sometimes called a bubbleizer. It basically is a material that we add. We know it's going to boil off at a certain specific temperature all at once. And when those big bubbles happen, when that fining agent starts to boil, it actually grabs onto the little bubbles and pulls them up to the surface with the big bubbles. So it's just like it's blowing bubbles in your soup, except really hot soup. Some of the things that you would find in our glass are arsenic and antimony. The arsenic and the antimony lower the viscosity a little bit and effectively boil off when it hits specific temperatures. Usually there's a boil off around 2250 and another boil off around 2350. Lead actually is sort of magic for glass. It physically makes the glass clearer and brighter. It also performs activity as a flux. So it just kills us. There's no such thing as pure sand without iron in it. And 1 part per 100,000 of iron will turn the glass visibly green. So some of the chemicals we add to clarify the glass, to make it look more clear and to take out some of the green tint. We use manganese to do that. Manganese doesn't really remove color from the glass. A lot of times what it does is it shifts it towards yellow, which is less visible to our eyes than the green. All right, crew, that's how we make glass. Now you know.